The film begins with a young girl who has a brother with autism and parents who are constantly fighting. She loves climbing and often tries to escape the sound of her parents' arguments. 20 years later, we see Joy in her modest room when her boss calls, telling her to come quickly because she's late and will be fired if she doesn't show up soon. At the same time, she receives another call from a correctional facility, informing her that her brother has hacked into the organization's files. The director tells her to take her brother and look after him instead of leaving him there. Though she's under pressure to reach work on time or face termination, she has no choice but to take her brother with her. She brings him to her workplace and asks the security officer to watch over him while she finishes her duties. On her way to work, she takes the elevator, where two of the company's owners enter. Her pregnant friend also joins them, and the owners begin to mock her. She responds by saying she wouldn't be working if they actually paid her maternity leave. One of them leaves the elevator angrily. When Joy arrived, her angry manager scolded her and ordered her to clean the building's glass windows in preparation for an upcoming event. She rushed to carry out the task. While working, she told her friend Noah what had happened and that her brother was waiting downstairs. However, her brother took advantage of the security officer's distraction and ran away. Meanwhile, Gerald, one of the owners, requested that Joy be fired as he was preparing for a press interview about the company's activities and achievements in the energy sector. Later, Gerald checked on the event preparations in the hall, while Joy and Noah continued cleaning the skyscraper. Noah told her he would clean the other side of the building from bird droppings, and Joy continued working late into the evening as punishment, following her boss's orders. As the party begins and the guests fill the venue, Joy continues working. She sees her brother standing behind the glass and tells him to wait for her, but he angrily refuses. Her manager tells her to keep working despite the late hour, as all the invited guests have arrived and the company's presentation is about to start. At that moment, a masked group enters the company headquarters. Joy, frustrated, wants to go, but her manager coldly refuses. Meanwhile, the masked group reaches the event hall, and Gerald's assistant assumes they are there for entertainment or part of the presentation. Part of the masked men break into the surveillance room, killing Joy's manager and everyone inside. The lift holding her malfunctions, and the intruders begin stealing data and taking control of the company systems. While Jeffrey is giving his speech at the conference, one of the gang members releases a sleep-inducing gas, spreading it throughout the entire building. Michael manages to escape the gas and hides in one of the rooms, away from the fumes. Joy senses that something is seriously wrong and tries to descend and enter the building. Meanwhile, the gang members begin tying up and restraining all the company's staff, filming them to broadcast online. They realize Gerald is missing and demand that Jeffrey hand him over. Jeffrey tells them he is in his office, so they retrieve him and tie him up with the others. Joy sees Gerald being dragged from the building and panics. Suddenly, Noah, her friend, appears as part of the gang, carrying Gerald to join the rest. Then the gang leader reveals his face and announces that his name is Marcus, the head of the Earth Revolution Society. He declares that he has come to hold them accountable for polluting the environment and to eliminate anyone who stands in their way. Marcus threatens to expose them and declares that this is the end of their company. Noah becomes enraged and loses control of his actions, killing Jeffrey. Marcus is furious with him for disobeying his orders. Meanwhile, Joy writes a message for help on the glass window, which is seen by people outside. She tells one of the gang members controlling the command center that the police are aware of their presence, as someone has set a fire outside the building to call for help. One of the janitors working in the building. In a sudden moment, Gerald manages to escape from the room. Noah discovers Joy's location and lifts her, intending to kill her, but she disables the elevator. Gerald is captured once again by Marcus. Noah arrives shortly after and refuses to let Marcus keep him alive. He kills Marcus in order to take over as the new leader and forces everyone to follow his plan. The police arrive at the hotel in a hurry, while Joy struggles in a desperate fight for survival. Noah goes to confront Joy and threatens to kill her, while her brother watches from a distance, ready to help. Noah threatens to kill him as well. He continues with his plan to force the hostages to confess to their crimes, including blackmail and fraud. Joy fires a shot at the lower part of the building to signal the police and reveal her location. They send a helicopter to retrieve her, but she tells them she is a victim too. Then, a woman in charge of the operation appears. She's informed about the situation and about Joy's background, that she was a former soldier and could help. The woman contacts Joy and tells her to save everyone inside. She also informs the team about the identity of one of the gang members, Noah, revealing that he is mentally unstable and part of a terrorist organization led by a man named Marcus. Meanwhile, the gang members continue recording the hostages as they confess their crimes. Joy tries to break through the glass by any means possible in order to get. Then we see Noah speaking with the head of security, telling her that he has set a timer on his wrist. If it stops, the explosives attached to the hostages will detonate. He warns that he will punish them in his own way. While she tries to stall him, a special forces team attempts to enter the hotel. In response, he blows up the entrance and warns her not to try anything or force their way in. Noah tries to detonate an explosive on Joy from outside, but he fails and she manages to avoid it. Joy continues trying to break one of the glass panels to get inside. Meanwhile, Noah is close to obtaining full confessions from the hostages. He calls the head of security, demanding an escape route and promising to release the hostages once they're out. With the help of her brother, Joy manages to break the glass and enter the building. They try to evade the gang members, and she asks her brother to help her rescue the hostages. They face off against several killers, and Joy uses her skills to eliminate them. Michael also assists her. His assistant realizes that Noah plans to kill her once the mission is complete and all the confessions are recorded. She tries to escape, but Noah's men kill her. Meanwhile, Joy and Michael manage to enter the control room. She tells him to stop the transmission, take control of the system, and open the access points. The head of security tells Joy to get out so the forces can enter, but Joy refuses, saying she must help rescue the hostages before it's too late. She tells her brother to escape through the elevator so he can be saved. Noah and his men chase after Joy, intending to kill her before she can further ruin their plans. A critical battle breaks out between them, and the special forces manage to enter the room, where all the hostages are surrounded by explosives. After defeating Noah's men, Joy quietly approaches Noah and tells him to surrender, but he threatens to detonate the explosives on hostages. A brutal fight breaks out between them. Joy takes several hard hits, but manages to block them. Eventually, she throws Noah from above and grabs the device from his hand. We then see the hostages being rescued, and Joy stepping outside, where she meets the head of security, who thanks her for helping save the situation and encourages her to return to the army. Joy reunites with her brother and makes sure he is safe. The film ends with a final scene of Joy and Michael together at sunset, overlooking the sea.